Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Movie Watch Live. Tonight, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of probably one of the greatest movies of the 20th century ever, which is Dirty Harry from 1971, which was directed by Don Siegel and starred Clint Eastwood, Rennie Santoni, and Andrew Robinson. It's based on the true story of the Zodiac Killer. Police Inspector Dirty Harry Callahan pursues a psychotic serial killer around San Francisco, using any means necessary to bring him to justice and prevent him from killing again. Dirty Harry is without a doubt one of the greatest movies ever, and it's credited as creating a whole new genre of its own, the loose cannon cop action thriller. And my guests tonight include, in no order of importance, Jeff Potts, who is a writer and a publisher, publishing his own works right now. He has his own YouTube channel, which is Herman P. Hunter's The Law Forge. Also joining me tonight is Tony Nasser, who owns a comic book store and has for many years, and has a wealth of pop knowledge and cultural knowledge in regard to comic books and movies. And he also has his own YouTube channel for you to check out, which is Tony Nasser. Also joining me tonight, we have Flash, also known as Elrodimus Flash, who is an accomplished artist and is available to see his works on, for instance, Instagram, where you can find him at elrod.elrod. He's also on Facebook, and he's also done a lot of art recently for Lord of the Rings and also Narnia. Also joining us tonight, we have our very own Ralph, also known as Dirty Ralphie, who also has a tea store and sells his own t-shirts there. Check out that. And also has his own YouTube channel. They Call Me Ralph. So good evening, gentlemen. I'll start by asking Ralph, first of all. Ralph, how are you tonight? And have you seen this movie before?
Oh, I'm doing great. Yes, I have seen this movie before, and Dirty Ralphie is the name of my OnlyFans channel. So, okay, maybe not. But yeah, absolutely have seen this before. All I can say is America, so.
Absolutely. And it really is just one of the best ever action thrillers ever made. And like
San Francisco's presented a little bit differently in this movie than it is today. So
yeah. It's there's some interesting stuff going on all of the time. A bit rude for the young viewer, I would say, in parts. There's lots of naughty bits on display throughout certain scenes of the movie.
This definitely isn't one that you want the kids to be hanging around watching with you, but it's still well worth a watch.
Definitely. I think it's probably about a half an hour shorter for the TV version. So a bit taken out, you know what I mean? It's probably like half the movie, basically. So also joining us tonight, we've got to say hello to Tony, who's all the way over in Australia. And he joins us, and it's probably morning over there, isn't it, Tony?
Yeah, about 11 o'clock now. It's still morning, yeah.
So you are a huge Dirty Harry fan, aren't you? You've seen this movie loads of times.
I couldn't count how many times I've seen the original, but I watch, as I was saying earlier, watching this now will mean that I'll watch the other four later, probably tonight. I really love the series.
It's got to be done.
It is. It's an imperative.
It is. It's a bit like opening, I don't know, if you like cigars, a box of cigar, or opening a fine bottle of whiskey, or a 6-pack of beer. You got to finish them off.
Exactly.
So also tonight we have Jeff Potts, who joins us tonight as, by the way, I should have mentioned Tony is Plain Simple Scorpio, and I love the because obviously we know Robinson was a great actor. He was a star of Deep Space Nine, probably the best actor on that show, to be honest. So that's a great avatar there. And we join Jeff, who's calling himself Jeff Make My Day Potts. Jeff, how are you today?
I'm doing swell, punk.
So basically, Jeff Jeff and Flash are going to be the voice of Clint Eastwood throughout the whole of the show. As I've never heard such good impersonations in my life. It's uncanny. It's uncanny.
Yeah.
Well, the key is you have to grit your teeth while you're saying it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll be doing an alternative actor who didn't get the role the whole evening. So
you hammerhead.
Hey there, you guys. It's all right.
I'll be doing Frank Sinatra because he almost got the role.
No, that's who I was supposed to do.
I'm just going to sing. Fly me to the punk. Let me play amongst the luckies.
I know what you're thinking there, kid. Does the old Blue Eyes here only have 5 or 6 rounds in the gun? Well, to be honest, bada bing.
Bada bing.
It's my real hair, I swear it.
So, Jeff, have you seen? That's a daft question, really, isn't it? Have you seen this movie?
No, you
before?
don't have to ask. I must have seen it like 50 times.
Yeah. What do you like most about this movie? Then I should say then.
It's subtlety.
Yep. It is very much
understated.
Yeah. Understated. It's almost like we're watching something, I don't know, like Pride and Prejudice, isn't it?
I think they tried to say something in the movie, but I'm not quite sure.
A lot of symbolism,
a lot of doilies and china cups filled with
I think it talks the existential question about life.
Yes. Or maybe just not life and basically death at the point of a .44 Magnum.
Yes. Which, by the way, I looked up the gun, and supposedly the thing looks cool, but it like jams half of the time.
No, that was the one from The Enforcer. I think that was.
Really?
The semi-auto one is terrible for jamming.
It's terrible.
Yeah, the revolver is just. It weighs about 3,000 pounds, and it kicks like a mule when you shoot it. So.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later because there's a lot of facts about the gun, and it did help to relaunch the 44 Magnum. The Model 29, wasn't it? But a lot of interesting stuff about that. And finally, we have Flash 44. He's speaking to us from the Smith & Wesson factory. Flash, have you seen this movie before? Stupid question, I know. And
growing up in America, if there was a TV, you've seen this movie. Yeah,
exactly. It's basically like, it's almost, if there was a film version of the national anthem, it would be Dirty Harry.
Well, little known fact, at the end of the national anthem here in the U.S., we usually all pull out our guns and shoot them in the air, or at least that's what we do in Texas.
Good. Well, there you go. It's in the lines of the song, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's right after Play Ball.
Exactly. Man. So, without further ado, we'll get started because we've got Cosmetti in the chat. Good evening, Cosmetti.
Hey, Cosmetti.
And I'm just going to quickly go back through her comments from earlier because I think we missed some of the comments earlier. So quickly covering that. Tony said, "Do you feel lucky?" Well, do you?
Punk. You got to end with punk.
Yeah,
I think that's punk.
And Jeff corrected himself because it is "I feel lucky." That's the major misquote. Everybody says, "Do you feel lucky?" And it's actually, "Do I feel lucky?" If I'm lucky, this will start before 8. Sorry, Cosmetti. You know that never, ever happens. And we're too busy. What was that? Passing the bottle around. Okay. And Cosmetti says later on, "Oh yeah, there was a discussion about that." Well, let's not say that live on air.
I'm not gonna say why that came up, but might have had something to do with that.
Yeah, and now the cork's being pulled on the bottle, so we better get on with it. So anyway, getting on with the show. So yeah, commentary. So we'll talk about the show. We'll give you timestamps throughout. We'll describe what's happening in the movie, and we'll also give our own sort of understanding, hidden knowledge, Easter eggs, trivia, and we'll talk about how we, what we understand and what we like about the movie. So it's an opportunity for everybody to share in probably one of the best movies that's ever been made, and
Also, bad impersonations.
and pretty bad impersonations as well. So what we'll do is we'll synchronize at the start here. I've got this little video that I play that everybody can synchronize together with. When we see the 1, 3, 2, 1, and then all the arrows going everywhere on this little video, we can press play at the same time on our copy. So we've all got a copy of the movie. I know that because Matty's got a copy as well. You might have a DVD or a downloaded copy or a streaming copy, whichever. The copy we've got is, I think, what length of it? Is that about? Is it just about 2 hours?
1 hour, 42 minutes, and 29 seconds long.
Over 28 seconds.
Yeah, I should have known it wasn't going to be over 2 hours because Milius was involved in this movie. So
mine's 25 seconds. I feel cheated.
Oh, you're cheated, man. Oof.
You got scared.
That's the new taxes coming in there.
It's inflation.
It's inflation. You beat me to it. I was about to say that. It's green movie tax.
Your movie's 14 seconds longer than it was last year. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So we're gonna get started. So I'll play this little video now, and we'll synchronize our copies. So when the arrows come up, get ready to press play on your copy. And we'll do that now. Let's go, gentlemen.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
There you go.
My VHS is running.
Start.
There you go. So, yeah, and I think Flash was saying earlier that amazing Warner Brothers logo at the start. This is a tie-in to the end of the movie, isn't it? Because you see the badges at the start, because there's a reference to a badge at the end. And all of the police officers who've lost their lives through the years in active service.
And the bells. The bells!
Now, so the reference here is obviously directly at the end of the movie as well, and already this incredible shot of the killer, who isn't given a name throughout the whole movie, is he? He's just called the Killer, or also called the Scorpio Killer. And we're seeing the lady in the swimming pool on the top of the building there, having a nice little.
This is oddly familiar, but I usually use binoculars when I'm going to peep.
Right. Soundtrack was done by Lilo Schifrin, and that won an award as well. Like a jazz soundtrack throughout the whole movie. So I think somebody said earlier, I don't know whether it was Jeff or whether it was Tony, that they feel cooler already by just listening to the music.
Splash,
And
splash, splash, splash.
You know, the use of the female. Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
She's been moited in the tub, and it's
fatal shot to the shoulder.
Yeah, I think they put a mic right up against her mouth when she was under the pool as well to get that real choking sound. It's really unnerving, you know. And there is Buffon Man.
God, he's fresh from playing Warcraft.
Real man.
I'm telling you guys, that's my real hair.
I had someone blow dry me every 5 minutes on this movie set. I said blow dry. So this
Wait a minute. Is she wearing like a terry cloth swimsuit? What the heck?
Well,
yeah, it's the Connery look.
it's the we call them tank tops over here, like sleeveless jumpers, sleeveless sweaters. I don't know what you call them over there, but the guy who did the costume for him was the same guy who did his costume for Rawhide. So,
oh, really?
Oh,
that explains his hair.
Yeah.
So you're saying that during the opening credits we should hear a whip cracking?
Yeah. Well, rolling. He was responsible for it because he wanted to show that Callahan had an old-fashioned style cop mentality. He had like old-fashioned morality.
Ooh, or was he trying to tie him in with Fred Rogers, who was a sniper in Nam and wore those cardigans to hide the tats?
Yes, could be that as well.
Where are you guys
That's
at in the movie?
interesting. So
we're
at
3 minutes
3.5 minutes.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
3.5 right now.
Man
The man's
climbing.
going to put him under double secret probation.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta climb this ladder here for Pete's sake. I'm gonna scuff my chinos.
So,
Who puts a ladder in this spot like this?
You know, I remember that Dame Marilyn Monroe stood over a fan like this. Completely different shot, though.
Climbing this ladder gets my pants all dirty.
why have my hair stick up so much?
That's why they call me Dirty Harry. Because I got my pants dirty.
I think Agent Smith was partly based on this character as well. You know, there's a lot of different things that were influenced by this character. Sorry, a lot of different things were influenced by this particular movie and character.
I was going to say, I don't think Agent Smith influenced Dirty Harry.
No, it was the other way around.
I remember in the fourth Dirty Harry movie where he started infiltrating other police officers. Oh man, they're gonna have to clean that pool, or they're gonna have
When he
raccoons.
made fax machine sounds when he threatened.
Well, this was 1971. It was all reel to reel back then.
Yeah, this is like there was actually an internet at this time, though, wasn't there? But it was very,
No.
rudimentary.
Well, no, not really. It was all carrier pigeons back then.
Right, okay. Nice view of San Francisco circa 1971 as well.
Oh, and
he's
Harry
found
found
the
the
casings,
single casing. Yep.
Oh, a single casing, yep.
Thank God I always carry a pen and an empty envelope.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's already got the address written on it.
Don't forget to
I
sniff
picked
it.
up the mail this morning.
You know, he didn't sniff. He didn't
There's the
sniff the case.
writers, Harry Julian Fink and the writing couple who wrote it. There's a lot of successful
Only I could
movies
read.
are written by writing couples, I've noticed. Don Siegel. Does anybody know any other Don Siegel movies?
No relation to Stephen.
The Great Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This same year with Clint Eastwood, he was in an underrated Clint Eastwood movie, The Beguiled.
Look at that guy's penmanship.
Yeah, that was a strange movie. Didn't do that well because of the.
Well, it was covered up by Dirty Harry that got all the attention.
It was.
Definitely
Two
the
Meals for
work of
Sister
a
Sarah,
psycho
which was a
punk.
really big success for Clint Eastwood, and he did The Shootist as well, Escape from Alcatraz.
Kelly's Heroes.
Yep. So great
Love
pedigree,
those heroes.
and I mean, there's tons of history behind this movie, to be honest, but loads of trivia.
In the same year as this movie was the other influential loose cannon cop, Shaft.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn right.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
By the way, that's the really important phone that the mayor has because that's the gold phone.
It's like the chrome-plated.
Yeah. It's like he won the titanium phone again.
How much did that
The
phone
silver
cost,
phone.
punk?
Hey
Well,
guys,
this is it. And the
while
mayor
we-
is another Clint Eastwood regular.
Yeah. This is the line coming up, by the way, that was also satirized in Naked Gun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's my policy.
Excuse me, Mayor.
I
How does
love
your
the
hair?
I love the fact they got John Vernon to play the mayor in Sledgehammer as well,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
which was really good.
John Vernon's got that sort of like strange, creepy quality about him, hasn't he? It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, very,
We've
very
got Leatherface
politician.
again. We're going to just
Yeah.
remove them. Bye.
Yeah, you're saving all those spam links for me, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
that's it. We're just going
Research.
Spam,
Remove.
spam.
Baked beans and spam.
and we'll
Bloody
report that
gorgeous.
as well. report.
Hey, dear Mayor,
Bye-bye.
while we're talking about this here, you mind if I put an album on completely unrelated in the background here, just like some music?
Yeah. There we go.
Lenny, you will have saved millions of registered voters.
Look, Mayor, I've only been with these guys a couple of weeks here, but I want to tell you, I've seen stuff. Stuff that'll turn... No, never mind.
We need time to get the money together.
Blah, 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 blah.
I like the way that, it's an official room because of the wood paneling everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It was the 70s. Wood paneling was required.
People had wood paneled.
How else did you see the
fridges.
face of Jesus?
Well, exactly. Wait a minute. Will we get a shot far enough away to where we can see the shag carpet on the floor?
Hey, did we ever get the punk counter working every time he says punk?
Ooh.
No, somebody's going to need to take a note of that. Also, you need a Volkswagen Beetle counter.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
there
There
you
are quite a few.
It's a real.
They're the
Duff
only
Camp
cars that are
bullet.
under 30 feet long.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Yeah, very accurate.
I think
And,
even the school bus at the end is shorter than
Yeah,
most
there's the
of
one
them.
that causes the sort of right at the end. So some interesting
there's a
points,
Volkswagen bus.
There's a
Yeah,
bus.
there we go.
Yep.
So there's
And
even
the
that
old
counts.
combi van.
That goes on the ticker.
Oh,
This
oh,
is-
Volkswagen bus.
This is the Warner Brothers set.
Gravy.
But I mean,
Was
there's
that a Chrysler?
some fantastic cars there as well. But
Now you can tell
actually,
it's not San
the,
Francisco because the streets don't go straight up and down.
This is not.
Mm.
Yeah, this is not the set. This is actually. I've got all the locations here. Actually,
Just look for the people crapping on the sidewalk.
yeah, I don't know whether that was happening back then, but I think this is
Oh.
California Street. I'm not sure. But yeah, so we're gonna get the iconic scene in just a moment where he goes in for a boiga.
Anybody catch the movie playing in the theater in the background?
Playing Misty for me.
Yeah, there was an Easter egg to play Misty for me. Oh
yeah,
hello
play
there.
Misty
We're gonna
for
have to
me.
get rid of this. There we go. Bye. Let's remove those again there. Bye. So yeah.
You know,
There we
another
go.
great
So-
movie that starts off in a diner with a loose cannon cop is Low Blow. So-
Yeah. So he's just basically enjoying a nice burger when along comes
Oh, my cop senses are going off.
yeah,
My mole is twitching. It feels something.
my Eastwood senses.
Feel the need to grab my gun. Oh, wait a second.
Let's go, gun.
I've been pulling my gun in a trailer behind me.
Rotary dial.
Well, yeah. Okay, for technologically unadvanced kids in the background, phones back in the day used to go click, click.
That's when
Yes.
calling somebody was more fun.
Oh yeah.
There you go. So the back
Hanging
alarm's
up on them
gone
was
off,
more fun.
and we're gonna see the iconic shootout scene.
Yep, out comes the hand cannon.
I love the shoulder pads on the jacket as well.
I think I'm a couple
Cold.
seconds before you
Oh.
ahead of you guys.
Ooh. Ooh.
There you go.
Don't worry, citizens. The bullets will pass right through you.
Yeah, that's the thing. They needed 30-foot long cars to stop the 44 Magnum bullets from going all the way through them.
Mhm.
The
And he's still
the other
chewing
thing
his
as well
hot
that you're
dog.
seeing is that it's the force of the impact from the shot is pushing people back. That doesn't actually happen with a 44
No.
Magnum. It's obviously just cinema, but it still makes a nice looking sequence anyway. More action
There's a
packed.
giant hole in the man.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Movie fact, good rule of thumb is if you fire the weapon and it doesn't blow you back 5 feet, the bullet won't either. So
Yeah, exactly. Basic physics.
but I
So-
will tell you, as someone who has fired a 44 Magnum before, they are heavy, they kick. It's fun to do it and say you've done it, but actually spending that much money on a weapon just so that you can go gee whiz when you go to the range, yeah, it's not much fun.
No.
It's the only,
I mean,
only
and now the
caliber I
ammo
have
for
tried.
it costs like a lot too.
Oh yeah, ammo's like.
Definitely.
Guess what's on my
it's
Christmas list
ridiculous.
this year?
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah, I had a friend who had a license to shoot a machine gun, and he had a Thompson,
Oh yeah, there you go.
and
Yeah.
you know, never shot it because it's like
45 rounds.
$400 every shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
45 slugs were so expensive.
Yeah.
So
So there's that immortal
immortal
line there. And it was Milius who was responsible for that.
See, the one,
Screenwriter.
the line, the next line coming up is the one that gets me.
Hey man,
Yeah.
those Bugle Boy jeans you're wearing.
I gots to know.
Guts to know.
It's like, I don't want to know. No.
Mm-mm. Especially with his response. Oh wait, I take that back.
Yeah.
I was just joking.
I love the old cars.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a heck of a light on top of that one.
Yep. And
Yeah, I considered another line of work, like maybe being a kindergarten cop.
I forgot, what does he say? $29.95 for the trousers?
I don't think it's that much either. It's probably like 19 or something.
Hey, I'll have you know I got all the best slacks from Sears.
Junior
Nah,
Husky.
those look like
Junior
JCPenney.
Husky.
There you go,
All right, you're right.
$29.50.
$29.50.
I mean, that's probably for the whole suit, right?
Yeah, I would think
Well,
so.
helicopter here. I love
This
the shot.
polyester wasn't that
Fantastic,
expensive.
Including
panning
the
shot
vest.
there of the Bay Area.
God, he can search.
And now we're coming in over the high five over the Golden Gate Bridge. Traffic's backed up like a wicked woman on welfare cheese.
Yeah, so there's a load of background information on this movie. I don't think we've got time to go into it, but suffice to say that most of the history of this movie was in the writing. There was so many rewrites, it was ridiculous. So many different people were chosen to potentially play the parts of the different characters, and the rewrites are just incredibly, some of them are just really ridiculous, like really over convoluted. So when Clint Eastwood got it, he just went back to the original idea because he said the rewrites were just becoming so insane. Let's just get back to the original idea of the character pursuing the killer. And
Exactly.
Milius actually made a really good point about the fact that his main contribution, he said, to the film was a lot of guns and the attitude of Dirty Harry being a cop who was ruthless. He says, I think it's fairly obvious if you look at the rest of my work, what parts are mine. The cop being the same as the killer, except that he has a badge and he's lonely. I wanted it to be like Stray Dog, which was a Kurosawa film. And Kurosawa did a lot of movies detective movies, where he had these loner cops who were almost just as bad as the criminals they were pursuing, so it's a really interesting concept by Milius there.
Except everybody wanted Dirty Harry.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I think Flash made a point about this a few days ago, where he said that Dirty Harry was like one of the main influences for Judge Dredd.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and you can sort of see that, can't you? It really is
His
like
jawline even looks like Clint Eastwood.
I am the law.
Yeah, they even, I mean, even in the comic, it described his voice as sounding like Clint Eastwood.
was it Carlos
Gravelly.
Guerrero who did the original artwork? It looked like Clint Eastwood. He was very lanky.
Now, wait a minute. Are we talking? Yeah, are we talking about the Stallone era Judge Dredd?
No.
No!
No, the original character.
2008 Judge.
I just actually
Snyder.
I watched that yesterday when I was when they were replacing the furnace. So
Oh,
the memory is still new to me.
nice.
My deepest sympathies.
I am innocent. I am the law.
Well, actually, do you know what it is? The
Collagen in his lips.
talking about just opening up a delicious BrewDog Jet Black Heart Stout here. It's only 7%.
Oh, nice.
But the character of the killer, the Scorpio killer, there's a lot of backstory, and the actor, even the actor himself, Andrew Robinson, as we know, a very talented man, came up with his own backstory for the character as well. And he was a returning Vietnam vet who was obviously a sniper expert and has just gone completely crazy. And in that respect, he's like the anti-version of Rambo. I don't know, maybe because like Rambo just destroyed everything anyway. But it's like, he's like a really nasty version of Rambo. So
yeah, and I
can't go when you call me baby killer.
He believed that the government owed him the money, so that's why he was doing it.
Yeah, and jumping ahead a little bit, Audie Murphy was supposed to play Scorpio, but he died in a plane crash beforehand.
What?
And I'm trying to imagine Audie Murphy in this role, because the guy's, Medal of Honor winner, war hero, but he was, I think, 5'4" or something like that. Very small guy.
Yeah.
So it would have been an interesting approach.
The age range would have been wrong as well, because the backstory is that the killer is a Vietnam vet. The boots he's wearing are combat boots as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but 71, we were still in Vietnam, so it would have worked.
It does resonate because we're still in Vietnam, and people were coming back who had serious psychological problems. So
yeah.
It really did resonate with it. But I just think it's interesting to compare. This film really connects to a lot of other movies. Because when we watched Rambo, we said, it was like, in a way, it was like the redemption for Vietnam vets. But this is one of the movies earlier in the 70s, which is really gritty and, Vietnam vets are all crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely doesn't paint them in the best of light.
No.
He's up here looking for somebody in a bikini again. He's got some guy out. Oh, two guys with ice cream. Uh-oh.
So these guys are enjoying the day.
I love his attire.
Yeah, I'm so embarrassed. I'm wearing the exact same outfit right now.
I am actually also
It's flamboyant, but very understated.
Yes.
Daishiki chic.
Yes, and I'm licking an ice cream cone as well at the same time. Because Matty said a moment ago, why did he have to know that? I think he was just talking about the trousers.
Oh, how much? Well, I think Harry's explaining, I'm not going to let you cut my pants.
Yeah.
Or excuse me. Hey, I'm not going to let you cut my pants. For Pete's sake, these are $29.95 at JCPenney's. Finest polyester that money can buy.
No, it's imported Italian polyester.
Shaved from the back of fresh Italian llamas.
Yeah. So we're up to, we're 22 and a half minutes in now, and we're at the scene where the killer is going to put his rifle together, assemble his sniper rifle, because
gonna shoot some guys eating ice cream, and I'm really fighting down by Joe Biden jokes right now.
So the principle of the story is this killer is threatening the city and asking for ransom, or else he's going to keep killing people. And this is his next victim that he wants to murder because he hasn't received the ransom yet. But he just likes killing people anyway.
Mhm.
Well, doesn't everybody? I mean, sorry.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Whoops.
Definite sicko.
Is that a knock on the door there, Ralph?
No. Hey, is that the Scorpio killer on the rooftop over there? Oh, goodness. We found him. What a coincidence.
I do love the expressions on this guy's face that he makes.
He's an
Yeah.
amazing actor, isn't
they're
he? He really is
fantastic.
incredible.
He's got that right amount of creepiness to him. It's like
Yeah, he's got like the
Mhm.
sort of baby face that makes him look.
Yeah. Baby face
Even
that got
scarier.
smashed on the pavement, maybe.
And
Yeah.
of course, his dad was very famous.
Yes.
Meh, meh, meh.
Yeah. Well, this is it. This is where he gets his acting skills from. He's such a great actor. I mean, that kind of pedigree. But I think
Try to take
Don
me down,
Siegel-
Harry. Meh.
Hey, she copper. I saw
Who
Key
was
West.
also on
I know-
a Movie Watch Live episode of The Omega Man, his final movie.
Yes,
Edward G.
Edward J. Robinson. And he was also on Silent Green, which we're going to have to do someday as well soon, because that's
Oh, yeah.
basically
Oh yeah,
current
Soylent
year
Green. That's what I
now.
was thinking of. Pest and End
Lining
of
up
World.
with
They're all the
current year,
same.
isn't it? But Don Siegel cast him because he had like the face of a choir boy.
Mhm.
So here's the city's rotten, ripped back sides.
I mean, I
With the
guess that's
velvet
why Audie
windows.
Murphy you would choose because he looks so innocent.
Yeah, and I think that was the
Yeah.
idea behind it was, Audie Murphy would have gone in with such a clean cut, wholesome look to him.
That the audience would be conflicted.
This is a
Yeah.
44 Buick, the most powerful
Hammerhead.
car in the world. Watch how you cross the street, punk.
It'll hurt your feet if I go over them with my tires.
It'll rub
Watch
your
where you're going,
fingerprints
hammerhead.
right off.
Yeah. What's strange about this movie is there isn't really many expletives, but there's loads of Bristol cities all the way through the thing. So,
Well, before you were talking about the TV version, in Australia, they didn't care much about the violence or nudity. They only cared about the language. So, there wasn't a lot edited out of Dirty Harry on TV.
it's terrible.
Yeah,
Oh, awesome.
I'm trying to think now if it was played on national TV, it would be like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Probably
Well,
now
we
it would be.
we missed that
just
scene.
be glad it hasn't been canceled.
That's true. I was going to say that
Yeah.
scene 20 minutes in where he's talking about all the people that he hates, and they basically go through
Yeah.
every racial slur that you can have, including
Well,
the.
I mean,
you know
isn't
what.
his partner's name basically just a racial slur? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Chico Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cheeto. It is basically.
Funnily
It's
enough,
Chico Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That was the first time I heard some of those racial slurs too, watching this movie.
it was an education. This is really weird as well. I mean, some of the Clint Eastwood movies in the 70s had all this sort of like weird kinky stuff going on, and I don't know.
Well, It was San Francisco.
That's
Yeah.
true. Well, you certainly see a bit of that later on in the movie.
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh,
and
jeez.
he says he's looking through the binoculars. He sees something later on. He goes, "Callahan, you've got to start living a little."
Dirty Harry Potter in the city of San Francisco.
With his
The book was
magic
so
wand.
weird. Yeah. It's the most
I'm gonna
powerful
pull it.
wand in all of Azkaban.
I'm gonna pull out
Hey,
my
it's looking a
powerful
hot
wand.
berry.
This wand will take your
Lousy
head clean
peeping,
off.
Tom.
Oh dear me. Now I think they call her something like Sexy Mary or something, or Saucy
Yeah, it's like Hot Mary or Sexy.
Oh, Mary, right? Okay, she's definitely Mary. I think the hot is a misnomer, not the hot. Sorry.
Saucy.
Yeah,
It's
you know,
just this
good-
whole
good-
scene. What's
good
going
on-
on?
Good on his.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hot
Good on
Mary.
his partner for shooting into
Hot Mary
the
before-
air to break everybody up, because you want to do that in the middle of downtown San Francisco.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's standard cop procedure.
I love that bit with Chico where he goes, another reason why they call you Dirty Harry.
It's the look as well that he gives him when he walks off. It's
So
like,
good.
how dare you?
It's like comedy.
Hey,
It's
he
like-
was,
a joke at
peeking
my
into the
expense.
windows. Hey there, pal.
Do you know that after this movie was released, Andrew Robinson received several death threats and had to get an unlisted phone
it's
number?
Horrible. And also the only roles people were offering him were the killer, and he's like, no, I've already done that.
Yeah, there's an interesting point about the character I'm going to mention later. This is the scene which I think
Eastwood
I think
actually
Eastwood
directed this one.
didn't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Suicide Jumper. Now in Britain and maybe Australia as well, jumper is something that you wear when it's cold.
Yeah.
Now I've got Eastwood imagined in my head wearing a onesie. Thank you.
That's because
All right.
it's stylish.
Here's the deal, guys. I'm going to go up and I'm going to shoot the guy, catch him when he falls.
This onesie cost me $29.95.
Yeah.
I don't care about going up there. I know it's cold, but I'm wearing a tank top
Yeah, but no luck without you. Now that you're here,
and a tweed jacket. Actually, I've got a few tweed jackets. I have to admit, I can't blame him for that. To be honest, I sometimes do the jumper and tweed jacket. But you got to be careful. It's a fine line between Dirty Harry and then before you know it, you've gone over the line and suddenly you're Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
So-
You got to watch that
Whoa,
line
watch
at all
out,
points.
Watch out. You don't want to slip into Mr. Bean territory.
well,
Yeah, if you get dressed in the morning and you step out into your bedroom and you go, you need to dial it back a bit.
what you do is every time you talk, you just got to grit your teeth, put your voice down, lay like this, and you can get away with a tweed jacket.
No, I'm trying to think of Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean doing Clint Eastwood impersonation.
Pete, you never go full Bean.
Oh my gosh. I got to know. Click.
Oh man.
Instead of him saying son of a bitch, it'd be like, what the hell was
Is
that?
it?
The movie is self-censoring itself over the cocktails sign.
It is. This is where he tries to talk him down from the ledge. 31 minutes we're at, and just using examples of how he's just going to look like a pizza when he hits the floor, and his method of saving him is just to punch him in the face and then grab him. Oh man, you can see how Lethal Weapon just totally ripped all of this off.
Oh yeah. Same for Samurai Cop.
Yeah. Samurai Cop. So the original script for this was set in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and it was during all of the rewrites. There's years and years of rewrites. It was relocated to Seattle, and then eventually it was San Francisco, California.
Because of the Zodiac Killer, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because it became very relevant because of that. They're like, oh, hey, this is really happening.
And it's weird. There's another weird legacy to the movie. Not only was it influenced by a real life crime, it also went on to inspire real life crimes.
And I'd like to issue an apology for that. I was in a dark place. But my OnlyFans is still open, so
What?
like and subscribe.
Was
about
that
the
you in the
onesie?
chat earlier, Ralph? Spamming the chat.
Yeah, that was my backup channel. Sorry.
Okay.
I
I should have cleared that with you first.
You don't have,
Ralph, is your
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans you wearing a onesie?
Look, yeah, I don't want to know. I'm not even going to use the word. I was going to say moist, but I shouldn't really.
Yeah, no, that's the dirtiest word in the English language. Avoid that at all cost. That's
To be honest, I think
deadly word.
Cosmetti's turned off by now. I think Cosmetti's
poor
switched off and
Cosmetti.
said, "No, I'm going to have a coffee and a cigar or whatever."
Yeah. She's sitting back with a scotch,
Yeah,
just shaking
yeah.
her head right now.
Yeah,
Feeding
just
the
basically
troops.
turned it off, tuned out.
Ooh, 2 Volkswagens in one shot.
That's it. I
What?
don't know what we're up for on VWs yet. I think we're up to about 6 already. By the way, in this film, talking about the amount of VW as a reference to Bullet, which was out about 4 years earlier, Bullet, or 3 years?
68, I
Mhm.
think.
Yeah, 3 years
Yeah.
earlier.
68. Yeah.
McQueen was considered for the role of Callahan, and also they were going to do a car chase, and they just dropped it because essentially they couldn't do one as good as Bullet, so they just didn't
Nah.
bother.
Yeah, you know what?
But,
No.
All kidding aside, I agree with that decision.
yeah. On that note, I think this GIF is, that's the alternative universe version of Dirty Harry with Dirty Harry with his sidekick, Chico McQueen.
Chico McQueen, there you go.
You know, the modern Mustang, or the most
Mhm.
recent version of the
Yeah.
Mustang, they
Mhm.
tuned the exhaust. I think it was Bullet.
Mhm.
They tuned the
Mhm.
exhaust for the Mustang in Bullet. Is that right?
I think so.
I think they did, yeah.
Yeah. The
'Cause I
fast
can't
track,
remember.
yeah.
I can't remember what Steve McQueen movie he was in where he was driving around in a Mustang.
Yeah,
But-
that'd be Bullet.
No,
for
it was
sure.
Bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's and it was done because the guy who's in charge of that was a real big, he's actually, I think he was Vietnamese. And so when he came to this country, it was like, all that stuff was, all these movies were fabulous. And that was his one inspiration when he worked at Ford, was to, when they did the Mustang, he was going to tune the exhaust to sound exactly like Bullet.
Hey, a muscle car is supposed to sound like a muscle car. It's not
Yep.
supposed to sound like one of
When
those
you got a
Hondas.
That's
when you got
true.
the Mustang versus a Dodge Charger, it's kind of like, you got to make them sound beefy.
Yeah, exactly. And how would they top it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine Clint Eastwood, driving a Volkswagen, chasing a microbus, and
Yeah.
it just wouldn't do it.
Well, in today's BBB world,
It would have been too
Eastwood
close.
would be in a. Well, it would be something like I don't know what the smallest cars in America are. I know in Britain it would be a Nissan Micra chasing a Fiat 500.
It would be a Tesla chasing a Nissan Leaf, maybe.
Or a
Mhm.
Duke.
But when it comes down to car chases, I mean, Bullet is the tippy top, but Ronin is a close second.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would say third place is French Connection.
Yes.
To be fair,
Just-
that's all Bullet has is a car chase because the movie is awful.
Yeah, you are correct.
Yeah,
It's overrated because of the
Yeah.
car chase, but like literally nothing happens in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
French Connection.
Like
at least
all
has
I
a
remember
decent
from that
story.
movie is like, hey, it's the man from U.N.C.L.E. I didn't know he was in this.
That and the fact
Yeah.
that
And that's
they
all
lose,
I. And then like, yeah, here's the car chase that
they
everyone
lose
knows.
they lose 5 hubcaps off the car.
Mhm. Every corner you lose a hubcap.
Yeah, it's like, hang on, there's 5 hubcaps.
They're self-replicating. It's a little-known add-on in late '60s cars.
Yeah, the EPA made him remove it because of
One
pollution.
came off the spare tire.
They just bad editing. They cut out the spare tire changing scene.
Next thing you know, the hubcap from the spare comes flying out of the trunk.
There you go.
Because what you said, Pete wishes when I said we thought she'd tuned out, but
Yeah,
No,
I
she's
know
still there.
she's got the cigar and the scotch going though.
yeah, and
Cosmetti's a badass.
yeah,
Doesn't get
absolutely.
away.
Well, you know what the other sad thing about modern cars are
Hmm.
is the muscle cars, that sound is piped in through the speakers.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's-
Well, the electric
that's
cars
weak as
where
piss.
they.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have a modern Mustang, that's coming from the speaker,
Yeah,
not the
no, it's
engine.
awful.
Or the
that's
It's really bad. really bad.
Yeah.
And
I'm morally offended by that.
Yeah, as you should
I
be.
am as well. We should be. Well, in fact, let's write a strongly worded letter to the Times about that.
I'm going to talk to my Prime Minister. Hey, Cyril!
Yeah. G'day, Cyril, you big galah.
That's a bloody outrage, that is.
Rack off, Cyril.
Man, I'm
Yes,
gonna.
a Yaz flute, by the way.
Yeah,
you guys. You guys got to slow down. I'm jotting down all this slang to confuse fellow Texans.
This is, if you didn't know, this is Ron Burgundy playing the Yaz flute in the background.
Oh yes.
Hang on.
Yet
I've got
another
the tin whistle here. I'll do a bit myself.
Man, there you go. It's influenced so much.
So, by the way, this is the lady scantily clad who runs away and then comes back naked, and the jazz flute's getting even more breathless at this point.
Well, yeah. Hand me the big binoculars,
There's
Chico.
a lot of wobbly bits wobbling around there, and
definitely dirty.
And this is where these two people come. It's like, what?
Yeah,
WTF?
Yeah, this is the point in the porno where the Bow Chicka Wow Wow music starts.
There you go. And he says, you might get yourself, what is it? Live a little bit, Harry. Yeah. And
whereas if Frank were in the role, he'd be like, hey, Chico, check out that. The cheeks on her. Chico, get it? Yeah.
Hey. And he's been distracted as well by all of that, you see.
Distracted by nudity.
Yeah, to be fair, Scorpio was snuck up on by a helicopter last time, so.
Now, interesting point about that. The female voices that was put into the soundtrack to indicate that the killer's hearing that in his head, so it's literally like a siren song, going back to like Odysseus and all of that kind of mythology. Oh, you see, classical references here.
Jesus
Indeed, and
it's the same composer that did Bullet, oddly enough.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Okay, wait a minute. Scorpio looks like he smelled something really stinky when that light hit his face.
Well, there's a lot of boxer shorts hanging up there, isn't there?
Oh, that's a good point. They're supposed to wash the laundry first, then hang it.
This laundry's dirty.
Harry, you know how many undershirts you took out?
Why do you think they call me Dirty Harry?
Those were the mayor's boxer shorts, Harry.
Loose cannon cop blowing holes in them there boxer shorts.
You gotta stop taking out the taxpayers' underwear.
Now wait a minute. So hold on. He was a sniper, but now he's running full auto.
This is it. He's now got like he's got an unlimited mag in that gun.
Yeah,
it has escalated.
Yeah, just a bit. Now he's made that
sign. Later on, he has
Jesus
mystery bullets.
It's Cardassian technology.
If you want to know what he's using, it's a
Kim Kardashian.
Guess what it is, gents? It's a German MP40. It's a German MP40 submachine gun. And if you've ever played GoldenEye,
yep.
Yeah, you're going to find a German MP40 all over the place. Or indeed, going back even earlier than that, if you've ever played Wolfenstein.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
The Wolfenstein, the 3D game, which goes all the way back.
You talking about the first 3D version of Wolfenstein?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great game.
Many hours of my life were thrown away playing that game.
Want the big bosses. And I think you kill Hitler in the end, don't you? It's like it's like a giant Hitler.
He's in a mech suit.
Oh my God.
What a game. Oh man.
I am a robot. You cannot stop me.
Right. See the guy walking past here? That's gonna be the pedestrian walking by is Siegel. Where is he? When they get out the car and they walk up here, you're gonna see a cameo by Don Siegel.
That's Volkswagen. There's another
different.
Volkswagen.
Yeah,
one?
I think
Oh,
we're
there
over.
you go.
We're over 12
Two
Volkswagens
Volkswagen.
now.
Two in the
We
one
should have a
scene.
VW counter. I didn't see Don Siegel there anyway. And this is where we get to find out about the girl that he's kidnapped. So quickly going through the guns, Scorpio. He steals later on a 9mm Walter P38 from the store owner. He uses a German MP40 submachine gun on the rooftop scene we've just seen. Sniper rifle was a 7.7mm Japanese Arisaka Type 02 paratrooper takedown rifle, rechambered with a .30 06 Springfield, fitted with a suppressor. That particular rifle was sporterized. All of the Scorpio killer's weapons were World War II era infantry weapons used by the Axis forces. Harry's guns, a Smith & Wesson .44 caliber Magnum and a Winchester rifle, were by contrast all American. Yeehaw!
Oh, there you go. I'm just
America, heck yeah.
America!
I'm gonna drink some black coffee and eat some bacon right now.
Is that why the Scorpio had the white laces on his boots, like a neo-Nazi would wear?
That's it, because he's gone
That's a good point too.
He's gone looper-de-doo. He doesn't believe in the States anymore.
What a punk.
Yeah. Okay. You sound like a commie to me.
Dirty commies.
Dirty Reds under the bed.
Better dead than red.
Oh, man.
Hey,
By the
and
way,
I'm just being quiet because anything I say at this point is going to get us knocked offline.
Well, I think we've probably had that moment come up with the spamming we got earlier. It was this theatrical movie. Dave, yeah, should be right, man.
No, I mean, I've had those problems, and they don't. You've deleted them; they're gone.
Yeah. Andrew Robinson's debut. This was. It was the first movie he was ever in, and he said he didn't understand how to read a movie script because he was a stage actor, and he'd never been in a movie before this. This movie was also banned in Finland for over a year, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, the Finnish people don't like to have fun, apparently.
No, I guess not.
Or maybe they just don't like these kinds of movies. Well,
the only fun they like is behind a Formula One car, and that's it.
One more word out of you, Harry, and I'll take your badge.
I think this movie was totally cliched in other movies after it. Like, so many other movies where you had to have a ski at the end of the movie. So it was like, hey, Kowalski, Smorski, Zaborski, I'll be needing your badge and your gun and your pizzas and your wallet and your face.
You got any gifts of a police squad in there?
Okay, Kowalski, I need your earring and your jockey shorts and your mustache.
Have you ever seen the movie Nighthawks?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is probably that has one of the best getting chewed out scenes I've seen. Top movies ever.
Okay, Patowski, I'm going to need all the vowels out of your last name.
I'm chewing your ass because the DA's chewing my ass and the mayor's chewing his ass and everybody's chewing each other's asses.
Well,
look at him, sucker.
Commissioner, the Pope is on line 6 to chew your ass.
Like there was a time in America where a lot of the police were either Irish or what was it? Or had Polish names like Sipowicz.
Yeah.
So
okay.
We're up to 49 minutes now. Oh, this is the line where, what does he say? Is a police officer.
It's disgusting that you know how to use that.
Yeah. So what we're up to 47 minutes now, and he's got the bag because he's kidnapped. The killer has kidnapped the teenage girl.
Well, actually, talking about this inspiring other movies, how many movies can you think of where the cop has to run around town to prove that he's not under surveillance?
Yeah.
Before giving them the ransom to the hostage taker. Heaps. Heaps of
and-
movies and TV
yeah.
series.
And then it was just all ripped from this movie.
Yeah.
I love this bit where he doesn't even realize that's for him.
Oh yeah,
Oh, there you go, Flash.
didn't have my
It's
normal
like-
Hello Kitty ringtone.
Step out of the way, Superman. I gotta take this
I think-
call.
I'm gonna rename Flash now because he's basically Clint Eastwood. We need to rename him because edit name.
Superman couldn't change in his phone booth. It's communism.
Yeah,
There you
Pacific
go.
Bell
He's
is.
just changed his name to Elrodimus Clint.
People are going to think I'm a lesbian with a name like that.
No, it's
thespian?
Clint. It's Clint, not the other.
Oh, sorry. That's good because Clints are real. The others don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
I
lot of
love
this stuff is-
I love Andrew Robinson's cadence in this too. The way he talks,
He
it's like,
rounds the ends of his words, doesn't he?
like I mean, I know it's coming up, but just the way he says, "Do we understand each other?" It's like, do we understand each other? It's like
Yeah.
really.
He's
crazy.
very, very jokery.
Yeah, it's just insane.
I was going to say that actually. This character, whoa, we've lost. Who we lost?
Lost Tony.
We've lost Tony. I was going to say,
Maybe he just got disgusted and quit.
yeah.
Oh, it could
I was gonna
be.
say the character of the killer. There, he's back. Let's put him
Sorry,
back in. There you go, Tony.
Definitely.
No worries, mate. The character of the killer in this movie is just totally the basis for Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. You know,
Yeah.
Joker 2009. Totally.
Well, and like all the like modern interpretations of the Joker are kind of after this.
Well, this is it. When I watched that movie, I mean, it's a decent movie in my opinion, and I just thought, right, he's just based this completely off Robinson's portrayal of the killer in
yeah, because
Harry.
Robinson does the weird hysterical laughter in this a
Yeah.
couple times.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like this postmodernist version of the Joker.
No one
sings "Row Your Boat" quite like him.
Yeah.
One thing I do wish is that they'd done his voice kind of like one of those Karens calling in. So, do we have an understanding about what we do?
Yeah.
Harry Callahan?
There's a lot of really great ad libs as well.
I'd like
though,
to
that he
speak to your
does.
commissioner.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to go for manager, but commissioner will do.
Yeah.
You're going to see Kyle on the wall. That's a reference to Clint Eastwood's son at the time, who was
Is
actually
that the
a jazz
one that was
musician.
in
There you
Honky Tonk Man?
Yeah. I'm going to
Sweet
say that San Francisco's Underground looks really lame if that's the size of the trains you have. It's like a mini train. That's what's going on
Yeah,
there.
that looks more like a bus than
It's like-
a subway.
Get a real subway train. I think that was the Don Siegel cameo there, the guy walking up the ramp. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Don Siegel does a lot of walking.
He does. So what we're at now, we're at 51 and a half minutes.
Yep. And we're riding a bus.
But there's a lot of pedigree in this movie, which is why it works. We've got writers, directors, actors who have got a lot of pedigree and who are firmly integrated into.
That's just a cable car.
It is, isn't it?
Yep.
It's weird.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
I've been to San Fran and I've been on
Yeah.
a cable car, but I didn't
Like
know
a
it went
trolley.
on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the name they have for them in Italy. When I went to Italy, we went in one, and they call them funiculars. Funicular.
It sounds like a disease.
Yeah, I was going to say that
Yeah.
sounds like something I would have gotten my mouth washed out for saying.
Put him in the funiculars.
You're going to take off your vernacular?
I think somebody said that. Somebody said that in one of Flash's.
You'll be given a local, but
You know the.
it's got to come off.
You know the.
You get a shot for that now.
You know, the Ultimate Edition that Elrod's been on a few times. Somebody on there said, "No, I can't go to the next show because I have Dungeons and Dragons." And everybody said, like, "Oh, sorry to hear that. Is that curable?"
Reminds me of an old Frank Zappa song. Why does it hurt when I pee?
Oh, so here's the footpads or muggers who picked the wrong guy tonight.
Harry's getting his cardio in today.
He is.
Just because I have a yellow Pikachu bag doesn't mean I'm easy target.
What's in the bag, man?
Hello Kitty stickers. Why?
Got your Pokemons in that bag, man.
Yeah, Pokemon's for everybody.
Shoot him.
Come on.
What is weird is like the other guys are like ordinary, like punk-esque type looking guys, and then with them, the third guy is a proper like beardy hipster.
Yeah, he looks like a high school geometry teacher.
It's like, hey, I'm just doing some LARPing. Sorry about
Yeah, I'm
that.
sorry, dude. Can you like point me to the
Hey,
way?
no,
to,
we
like,
were
a
actually just
microbrewery?
wondering what's in your bag. I mean, we weren't trying to rob you.
Yeah, it looks heavy.
I've never seen a guy with a yellow duffel bag. It's weird.
Little known fact, the Smith & Wesson Model 29 shot bullets approximately the same size as a Volkswagen Beetle.
Well, there you go. Oh man, Chico.
I'm out of gas, Chico. I need some roller skates.
Poppy,
Gosh.
the spaghetti is wonderful.
Harry's Pizza. Can I help you?
Oh man.
There is a surprising lack of for a good time call numbers scratched into that phone booth.
Yeah.
Well, you think in San Francisco that'd be more common.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't need that because we've had it in the chat already.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
This is the pre-outside toilet days.
Yeah.
It's Ralph uses
Is this-
only.
Oh yeah, this is where he runs into George Michael, right?
He goes, yeah. He sees
Disco
the
ball
two-
drops down.
Then
Yeah,
there's
starts
some
playing.
guy who calls himself Alice.
Handsome.
I'll do a dare for you. Okay. Sorry, I just want to find a nice cup of tea. Thank you.
No, this is America. Black coffee, bacon.
See, when you're English, you have a
And
handbook
burnt
of at least
toast.
1,000 phrases you can just use to get out of anything. So, I'm sorry, I'm just looking for a nice cup of tea.
Actually, my grandfather was a policeman, and my parents swear that he would, like, when my grandma would make coffee, he'd like pour it right out of the boiling percolator and then start drinking it right away.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Yep.
Hardcore.
Probably had calluses on his tongue from doing it for years.
Oh, man.
It's like he'd drink that cup of coffee and your chest hair would immediately start growing.
Yeah. Well, they used to like get their toast burnt. I mean, like,
What?
seriously,
yeah, there
black
you go.
burnt.
Oof.
Yuck.
Well, then, and
Well,
and
you
it's
know,
cut.
Don't say yuck, because when you put peanut butter on it, it was actually pretty good.
There you go.
Well, I don't want to boil? I don't want to boil anybody either. I don't want to boil
Yeah, please
anyone.
don't.
It's called the Maillard reaction. And that's where a lot of the flavors come from when you get those burnt flavors. So I'm drinking a
Ooh.
stout, and this
Really?
barley's burnt,
Okay.
and that's where a lot of the flavors come from, those strange toasted flavors. Anyway, moving back to the movie.
I still
We've got
eat burnt toast, but yeah, I just don't like
We've
it.
got a giant. Well, anything's nice if you have Marmite on or Vegemite, basically.
Yeah, true.
Giant concrete cross here,
Mm.
and we are.
And I actually think that cross might have been used in one of the Kolshat Night Stalkers series. There was one with
I
a
think you're
female
right.
vampire.
Could be,
Oh,
could
yeah.
be,
I think
yeah.
you're
That makes
right.
sense.
Yeah.
It's like the first episode, right?
I'm not quite sure. I'd have to go take a look.
Yeah,
So
we
here we
haven't.
go.
No, that was Las Vegas where that one took place.
Yeah, I thought so,
Mm.
but I don't know how many giant concrete crosses are there?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is the line where the gun comes out. Apparently, when he said this line, my, that's a big one. This basically, that was totally ad-libbed by him, and it caused so much laughter. The crew was cracking up, and they had to reshoot the whole scene. But they kept the line in because so
It's a
good.
good line.
Yeah, it's a great line.
This is it about really good movies. It's like an alchemy of all different things that come together and just make it happen, don't they? So.
Oh, absolutely. Well, his delivery on it's great too.
So we're at 58 and a half minutes, and Eastwood's character Callahan is prostrate against the cross, which is an interesting symbol because he's a man who has lost everything but yet still sacrifices himself.
Ooh, yep.
And this the gimp ski mask.
Yeah, that's a terrible ski mask.
It's like
yeah,
It's a face keening.
And the mad wild eyes.
Do we understand each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Zed to be leaning on a chair in the background.
Don't
This is
speak.
Spider's
He
caught
was
a couple
in
of flies.
Hellraiser, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yes, that's the other
Yep.
movie I'm
Oh my gosh. Uncle Frank. He was so creepy.
Oh, yes. I forgot he was in
the
that.
dad.
Yeah.
He was the
Well, he
dad.
wasn't. He was Uncle Frank in the dad suit, which was
Yeah,
really
he was.
creepy.
Yeah, he was wearing the
Yeah.
dad
Yeah, it
skin
was really
suit.
weird.
He was
Yeah.
the dad at the beginning. Yeah.
Chico
Yeah,
comes
But
to the
that's great
rescue
because you
here.
get to see him as a normal guy in that movie before he.
Yeah, and then he turns into a psycho.
Yeah.
creep.
And it turns into horrible. Right, I'm gonna have to just quickly nip out for a minute there, gents. If you can hold the fort while I'm away for just a moment.
Yep, no worries.
Yep.
Oh, and now comes the MP40. And Chico to the rescue. Don't kill him. Shoot him in the dong. Uh-oh. Oh, Chico's down. Chico's
And I
down.
love that part. Love his
Spirit
expression on
destiny.
that.
Oh, gosh. And he left it in. Yeah.
Oh, and that
Yeah.
scream is so great.
Nice. It's awesome.
And
Yeah.
Pete leaves at the one of the best moments.
Yeah, exactly.
Pete, yeah.
Well, Stout will do it to you.
This is what happens when you don't go to the bathroom before we leave.
Mm-hmm. That's why you should be like me and just be surrounded by empty beer bottles. So you
Yeah.
can see your way through it. All right,
That's
so
why they give you those giant cups at movie theaters.
exactly.
It's meant so you don't have to leave.
And I keep arguing with the ushers about that every time they throw me out, but
They just don't understand.
If you didn't give me a giant cup, I wouldn't take a giant piss.
exactly.
Oh,
Well, that blood looks surprisingly like paint.
it does. I was about to say that.
That's 70 blood, yeah.
Oh,
Stab me in the paint can.
yeah, the gimp ski mask is really going to stop the bleeding there. Come on,
Yeah.
now.
At least you won't see the blood on it.
Harry's like, I ran 38 miles across San Francisco for this.
I love that you can still hear him whimpering as he runs away. It's like, "Arr, arr, arr."
Oh, dude, yeah. I gotta get what? Emergency hospital? I gotta press X to doubt. That looks a little shady to me.
It's like the hospital from Batman.
Yeah, Harry just got his ear pierced. He's waiting on it to heal up.
You know, just pull out that bottle of whiskey in the bottom drawer. You'll be better.
Back.
Hey, yeah, we're just
Nice.
admiring
It's always
Clint
fun.
Eastwood's chest here.
Yeah.
I know so often I've laid on my boss's couch shirtless while he's chewed me out.
Well, again, we're back to nipples, aren't we? So,
Well, yeah. The second dirtiest word in the English language, right after moist.
yeah.
Moist Eastwood.
Oh, dear me.
Hey, that's
Or
why
you
you
could
should have
say-
cast me instead of that Eastwood guy. You think his nipples are great? My nipples. Come on.
Oh, and there's
Made
the
of
bottle.
gold.
There's the bottle.
Yes,
Told you.
there it is. All right,
Clint
what kind is
Moistwood.
it? It's got to be bourbon.
Or
Clint
East
Moistwood.
Moist.
Yes. Ooh.
Bourbon?
No, Moistwood sounds better. There we go. This is where they find out where the guy is actually holed up.
Long blonde hair, medium build, pale complexion.
Balls.
So why has he got a?
So he looks like half of the world. Great.
Yeah. Well, and I'm like,
It's
well, fortunately, that guy on the phone had the traditional San Francisco accent. So
yeah. So basically, it's Chris Hemsworth.
or half the band ABBA, you know. So
Oh dear.
as he ran away, he was singing, "Gimme, gimme, gimme, a man after midnight." I don't know.
The winner takes it all. Yeah.
Stab him in the leg. Waterloo.
So
You know, that's the name of the game.
oh, there you go. So very quickly, Eastwood and Siegel. I keep saying Seagull instead of Seagull.
Hold on a minute.
You're thinking
I'm
of Jonathan Livingston.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
don't you mean albatross?
yeah, hold on a minute. I have to point out, didn't we have Band-Aids in 71? Why does Callahan have like a whole half a mummy on the side of his head?
he has like a giant.
This is why you don't go to your police chief for medical aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put his ear in a cast.
He broke my ear
Here, I'm just
bone.
going to put this whole bag of cotton swabs on your face.
So yeah, so Eastwood and Siegel have been watching a San Fran 49ers game in the Kazar Stadium, and they thought it was an eerie setting. Great location for a shootout in the scene where he chases down Scorpio.
Oh,
Is
there
that
you
because
go.
nothing ever happens there? Or...
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Scorpio, the bad guy from Farscape?
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't
that's
know
where
he
they
was in
based it
this.
from. It was based on this character. It was a rip-off again.
Yeah, obviously.
And
They
he was
took
an
the
awesome-
gimp
and he was an
mask,
awesome-
they stretched it a little bit, changed
and
it
he
to
was
black.
He was an awesome Bond villain in The Simpsons. Hank Scorpio.
Farscape was a brilliant series.
And mind
though.
you,
Was
he's doing
great.
this with 2 broken ribs.
Well, yeah, don't we all?
It was
Oh,
so
you
good
forgot his
that-
broken ear.
It's a
Yeah,
funny
it's
way
fun.
to do it.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
earlobe.
And a bad
But
case of trench foot.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Scary eyes.
And a
Oh,
general
yeah.
malaise.
It's got the Kirk eyes going on. Oh, General
Yeah,
Malaise. Yeah, he was my favorite World War II vet.
I think he was a Star Wars character.
Ben Browder and Claudia Black from from that series was so good that
Farscape.
Ben Browder and Claudia Black went into Stargate afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone ended up in Stargate.
Boodle-ding. Boodle-ding.
Ooh, nice. There you go.
Hold on.
Got Zamfir going on over there.
Oh,
Quick, bring out the zither.
No, we did that already. The third man, Dutch angles and all that. No, that's
Oh, yeah.
That's all we talked about for the entire show. The Dutch angle. Now, in this scene, you're gonna see a Raiders pennant, which is like, why has he got a Raiders pennant when it's
Oakland.
the 49ers?
Yeah, Oakland, which is right across the bay from San
The
Francisco.
other side, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he works in the stadium, but he's a traitor.
Yeah.
He's a turncoat.
All right. You know, I have to admit
I'm offended.
the last time I went to New York, to do something, the first thing that one of the guys asked me was, "Oh, so which baseball team you like, the Yankees or the Mets?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm from Texas. As far as I'm concerned, they can both burn." And I was then ejected from the city. Had to go to Jersey.
So this is a brilliant scene where he's chasing him down. I mean, this is the essence of the movie. It's the bare bones. You've got one man chasing another man. There's not a lot of difference between the two of them in terms of the methods they use to achieve what they want. Of course, Clint is not a psycho, but he's certainly not afraid to shoot to kill. Yeah,
not afraid to channel his inner psycho. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Pete, make
psycho.
make a note when we film our movie. We need to do an homage to this, but we'll do it at Cowboy Stadium instead. So,
well, I'll tell you now that I'm planning to do my own Obi-Wan fan movie, because there's a guy I work with who literally looks like a young Alec Guinness.
Ooh, there you go.
Literally, he looks a spitting image of a young Alec Guinness. So I'm going to try and persuade him to use a lightsaber and all this kind of stuff.
Great part coming up. Great part coming up.
So,
Peter,
I already got the materials.
I love this part.
Yeah,
this is so good.
That's great.
And down he goes.
Bang. Touchdown!
I love the upcoming
and the noises he makes. He's like a squealing pig, isn't he? But he sounds like a demon, doesn't he? He's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
He's such a great actor. He's like Legion, isn't he? Don't cast us out.
And here's the good part.
Stepping on the wound.
Have you noticed that the white lines behind him look like a cross?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Where's the girl?
Is it right?
Got the right to lawyer.
Yeah, this is it. And this is the bit where this is the debate about the movie, because I think Siegel and Eastwood.
I love this camera shot.
Pan out, it's a beautiful pan out shot.
Yeah, well done.
It's great, and obviously that's showing you in the mist and everything. We've crossed the line, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Harry, why'd you do that?
Did you forget about the girl in the box?
Well, it's kind of like this is where the movie would normally end, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, he caught him. Wah, 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 over. It's like, no.
Yeah, exactly. No happy ending there.
Red tape.
Well, it's in a sense that's where
this is the part that really set, the scene for future cop movies.
Yeah,
is the fact the day after is like, hey, you did a wrong thing. Your methods are out of date.
And this is the harrowing scene where this young girl is pulled out, and she's, oh, we've got
another one back again.
Off you go.
Yeah, got to ban that guy.
You're a loose cannon, Harry.
This is the scene where, this is a scene where you've got the end. The movie has come to an end because we have crossed the line. So in other words, it's now a different movie because Callahan has now crossed the line and we're in a different territory. So in a sense, the where he was as a police officer, he's crossed the line now. It's now a different film.
And it becomes what Americans could all relate to at the time, and still where criminals have so many rights.
Exactly.
And so many criminals walk free on like the littlest things.
That's been a major theme of this series, though.
Yeah,
the criminal rights and how they're exploited and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's a thing that this doesn't. It's the shift. You can see the shifting attitudes in the failures of the criminal rights system because, in 1971, it was okay. Criminals are getting away with it because of technicality. Nowadays, the complaint is completely the opposite. So, You could do like a whole series of videos diving into that.
Yeah. And this is I'm all broken up about that man's rights.
Exactly.
The thing is that I can argue with he goes, well, your rights to kick down doors and that. And I think extenuating circumstances in that case.
And that's it.
That's like maybe not shooting him and torturing him, but kicking the door down. Yeah, no, he has the rights to do that.
Yeah. Well, and legitimately, if the cops see something going on. Yeah, if the cops see something going on, they can kick the door in and go in. But they're not supposed to torture you. Yeah.
Although nowadays you are allowed, thanks to the Patriot Act in America, none of these things are illegal for cops to do.
Well, this is actually a goof in the movie because, they're making a point about, justification and where do you cross the line and things like that. But, and they're trying to prove a point here about interpretation of the law and where do you draw the line. But they actually make a goof in this point because, it basically is the only plot hole in the movie, really, because Scorpio gets to go free, can't be charged with any crime due to lack of evidence. But in reality, he could have actually been charged with assault on Callahan when he hit him and hit his head and attacked him, and also assault with intent to kill. He fired on Chico, and also illegal possession of an automatic machine gun, an MP40. So this is a big plot.
Chico.
This is the only... It's what you call the Persian flaw, I think, because it's a plot hole. Nothing is absolutely perfect, and I suppose the Persian flaw is something you're always going to get, and it just doesn't detract from the fact it's a great movie. But this is definitely a plot hole.
What I get out of it is that the San Francisco needs a good DA.
Yeah, and he needs to be chewed out by the mayor.
This DA sucks. And voted out next.
At this point, I'm just going to do a bit of jazz flute. This is the way I feel about this scene.
A district attorney's office. Callahan.
Well, and they're very progressive because they brought in a law professor to explain to him how things work.
We've got such and such and such and such from Kensington Smythe's University of Ivy League judges. And he has an expensive taste in whiskies, so the taxpayer is going to buy him a whole case. Because he likes it. CND symbol on the wall. Notice the belt buckle of the killer. That's an interesting, deliberate direction there, because what it's trying to say to you is that the killer, I think we've discussed this before, haven't we? Wears a peace symbol. Yeah, it's peace symbol on his belt buckle. Don Siegel said it reminds us that no matter how vicious someone is, when they look in the mirror, they are still blind to what they truly are. You know. Oops, dear me. Good night, children. Good night, noise. Well, there you go. Wow. So this is the shocking underbelly of San Francisco, and
doesn't seem so shocking nowadays, does it?
Not really. No. This is basically meat and potatoes by today's standards.
This is like Denny's 2021.
Yeah.
yeah. No, this is Denny's 2022. This is all going to happen. Bottoms and all this kind of thing.
2022, IHOP will have a blue lit bar.
Yep. So he's basically stalking the killer at this point in his own time.
International House of Nudity.
And it's like, totally naked co-eds. What's going on? It's shocking behavior. It's not cricket, I say. But yeah, so he's following him in his own time. Oh, hang on. Ralph needs to go back. There we go. Welcome back, Ralph.
Yeah, hey, sorry about fat fingering myself right out of the chat.
That's fine. Just as long as you're not spamming the chat. You're not offering services in any way, are you?
Oh, well, I've been sitting here playing that. I've been playing the strip club scene on a loop. So
if we're getting spammed, it means we've arrived. So that's it. Just remember that, Elrod, when you do your next story time.
There you go.
I love the tie.
It's great, isn't it?
Oh
yeah, this is when he pays to get beaten up, isn't it?
Yeah, the tie needs to be about 20 inches wider and have a giant goldfish on it.
Now again, that when he ends up with bandages all over his face and everything. Again, that was referenced by Tim Burton in the Joker character in the Tim Burton Batman movie.
Yeah.
So this is definitely an archetype of a Joker character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's so many connections with this movie.
I do love this guy. I love the guy who beats him
up.
Yeah.
Just business.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine being paid to beat somebody up. I mean, what kind of, you know what I mean? It's like,
I can't imagine anybody paying me to beat them up.
It's kind of like my dream job.
Yeah.
I kind of want to put an ad on Craigslist, like, hey, we'll beat you for money.
You know what, Flash? I think we've got a franchise opportunity here.
The gloves. The gloves.
Wait until you... Oh, yeah, the gloves. There you go. It's the Strangler gloves. Bang.
McLovin's beat you up franchise?
The modern day equivalent of this, right? He pays $200 to the guy. That's about $1,300 as of current day. So basically, 7 hits plus 1 on the house. That's $28. That's $28 a strike. But that's in today's money. That's $185 per punch.
There's a great episode of the Drew Carey show where one of the characters pays a guy to beat him up because he was drunk and he didn't get his mum a birthday present or something like that. But the guy who comes to beat him up is Henry Rollins. That's awesome.
Okay, now I have to criticize the abuser here because he really he needs to work on his cardio because he's in a sweat. He's only thrown 8 punches.
I've also got to say when he's done with him and he's like looks like a right mess, I just want Robinson to say, "Hey, you guys, baby, woof,
woof." Yet another movie inspired by her Dirty Harry. Little did we know.
It is. And this one's on the house. He says they're finishing it off.
Oh, man. He's got the Jethro Bodine rope belt. Awesome. And his lips are burned. Or I'm sorry. No way. His lips are burned. Got to get the line right.
Why? Why are they harassing you?
Yeah, because you're a serial killer.
Because I was a sniper and I killed him.
All I did was kill children.
This poor.
Just look at me. Just look at me.
This poor serial killer.
Just look at
me. Did you see the man that did this to you?
Somebody misgendered me on Twitter. Just look at me.
He'll never be able to shoot again.
And that's how he looks like he does in Deep Space.
Harry, turn in your gun and your badge.
And your toupee. And your chest wig.
Your
and your merkin. I was waiting to see if anybody catches the merkin.
Card.
Callahan, get rid of that rock star hair.
That's going to be the last polyester suit you ever wear, Callahan.
Anybody can tell that I didn't do that to him.
He's already handed in his cardigan.
Mm-hmm.
And your clip-on tie.
I'll have you know this suit was $29.95.
It was on sale.
Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to say something after I yeeted myself. Back in 1971, I mean, you could order automatic weapons pretty much out of the Sears and Roebuck catalog. Everybody had
pretty much. Yeah. So this is where he goes back to say Chico. And Chico's like thought, nah, I think I want to live. I'm all right. I'll get another job.
I'm going to become a school teacher.
I hear there's
That's
this,
not,
I do have a
not
degree.
dangerous.
I hear there's this series of stores opening up called Walmart, and they're looking for greeters.
Ironically, in today's world, America, you're probably more likely to get shot as a school teacher.
Yeah, that's a good
exactly.
point.
Well, this is where he went. He moved to New York and opened up a restaurant called Poppy's.
Yeah.
He is Poppy from Seinfeld.
His wife's got a very 1970s, like, glittery plastic coat.
Yeah. Well, she probably works at the club they were just at.
Probably.
Oh, that's where Chico met his wife. Uh-oh.
Bare bums and bristles.
I just
Bums
met my
and
wife
bristles.
last night.
He was trying to get the nickname Dirty Chico.
It's a pub called the Bum and
Chico.
Bristles.
Good thing his last name was Chico and not Sanchez.
Ooh. Or Clint. Good night, children. So yeah. So this is the conversation.
The camera follows them down the stairs too.
It's good, isn't it?
Nicely done.
This is showing Harry's sensitive side.
Yeah. Then he talks about his wife. Yeah, she died. Yeah, drunk
I
driving.
shot her. She burned the toast.
She's not in the story because that would complicate things.
My intensity.
I don't have any home scenes in this movie.
Oh yeah, we don't get to see him go home to like a lonely apartment and
That's it.
Exactly.
eat pizza with scissors.
They do that in Magnum Force.
So did you know that John Milius owns the actual Model 29 used in the photography of the movie?
Oh, that's
And
right.
the
He's a
Magnum
big gun
Force
guy,
Series.
isn't he?
Yeah. And also famous to Conan, which is the biggest vid on this channel, getting on for 300,000 views.
Wow.
Nice.
And
Very nice.
Conan is a huge movie.
Awesome.
So here comes Lumpy Doo.
Oh, ladies.
Hey, look, he's got a breathe right nasal strip on.
Got to clean these pores.
And this is where he meets the shopkeeper who's been. It's like, I understand you've been robbed loads of times already.
And as in Hollywood, no matter how bad you're injured, it's usually just your nose that has a bandage.
This is James Nolan, who plays the liquor proprietor, and of course the killer nicks the Walter pistol from him.
Yeah, nothing gets you in good with people like telling them that you hit your wife. Yeah, I hit my old lady. Her brother beat me up. Ha ha. Let's have a laugh.
You would just you would give up in the end, wouldn't you? Really, if you keep getting turned over, or you wouldn't. Why would you keep on doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, this is a life lesson in not to advertise that you own a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least not be within,
Since most gun crimes are done with stolen guns. It's like, don't tell people you own one.
Yeah. When the gun comes out, it's because you have to use it. So, wait a minute. The short bus. It's my bus, the one I took to school.
There we go.
I want the blue bus.
Miss Frizzle. Yet another inspiration from Dirty Harry.
Lee Marvin apparently turned down the lead role as well. Lee Marvin, goodness me. I think he was offered every single role that was going at the time.
Well, he was a tough guy.
Yep.
Of course, he would have been drunk through most of the filming, so
he would have been
over budget.
It wouldn't have worked really.
I've been drunk through most of the movie.
Are we Pete in a wagon in this movie?
Yes, the polyamorous musical. So many things I saw when I was a child, and I said, "Mom, what the hell's going on here?" Don't worry, son. It's just Hollywood.
Just smile and wave, son.
It's Hollywood.
It's
not
musical.
real.
Oh, McDonald had a phone.
Oh, kid, you're never going to get to Broadway with that voice.
Interesting trivia. The Old MacDonald Had a Farm is also sung by the kids who are in Die Hard, who have been taken hostage.
Hmm.
Oh, it's a very popular song.
Well, yeah.
So
and it's royalty free. So
it is.
I think it was covered by Rihanna.
Row, there you go. Row the boat. Sorry. Row the
Row
boat.
the
Same
boat.
song in Die Hard with a Vengeance 95 in a school auditorium where the children are held hostage.
I had dipped out of Die Hard movies by then.
And that was also sung by the Trinity of Kirk, Spock, and McCoy.
Volkswagen.
Yep.
Yes.
Volkswagen.
Yeah, there's another one. I think we're up to 20 now. I think
You
we're literally
wouldn't
up
want
to like
to. You
20
really
now.
wouldn't want to play Punch Bug with this film.
Yeah, I was going to say, is Punch Bug an international game? I
Are they
wasn't
all
sure
like
if that was
blue or
U.S.
white?
only.
Is it the same
I
one
only,
in
I
every
only
film?
know it. I only know of it because of 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Okay.
This is a really good long trailing shot where he walks all the way up the stairs.
Mhm.
With broken
Star
ribs.
Suppository.
Yeah.
It's full of police.
So many damn stairs.
Oh, stairs are your hip's worst enemy.
Why don't you have an escalator?
It's like the Freemasons made the whole thing.
I don't do stairs.
Can you email me the Freemasons?
Oh, wait a minute. That makes me think Rocky, inspired by Dirty Harry, running up the stairs.
And
All right, Callahan, here's your badge, your BVDs, your sweater vest, your toupee.
oh,
It's a shiny
interesting
phone.
point about this. There's the platinum phone.
I need to melt this down and make teeth.
Yes, my phone is shiny. What of it? You're
Yeah,
fired.
hey, Commissioner, back in the day, Elvis had a phone like that. Bada bing.
Well, look what happened to him. Died on the crapper.
With a burger in his
Just-
mouth.
Just like I hope to go out.
Like an American.
Exactly.
Or
You're on,
American exceptionalism.
you're on speakerphone, man.
Ooh, this is high tech.
Oh, why? Did he say something really psycho? What? How do you know
I was
he's
just
the
thinking when they did the whole speaker thing there, I was thinking Charlie's Angels.
Hmm.
Oh,
Harry, I've got a case for you.
Just tell me your name.
I'm coming for you, punk. Oh no.
and if they don't stop singing "Row, row, row your boat," I'm going to kill them all.
Yeah.
Awkward pause.
It's
It's just intense.
what are we at now, gentlemen, time wise?
1:31, 12, 13, 14. Yeah.
We're
Yep.
almost at the end of the movie.
There's about 11 minutes left.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
and this one's just been tearing along. We've talked about a lot of the movies not having fat on them, and this
No,
is a
It's
nice
as
you're right,
lean
yeah.
as anything.
Move.
isn't
The
it,
other,
really?
the other thing too with this is when I say it's 11 minutes, it is 11 minutes because the credits are just like, here's who's in it, the end.
Yeah. Clint
They don't give
Eastwood
it-
and the
It's not,
gun.
it's not like, oh, this is the person who did 47 minutes of CGI.
So just a quick. I can't take that chance.
That's a direct order, Callahan.
Yeah.
What was it? The police chief is Leslie Nielsen's ugly brother.
Yeah. You can just use Uber Eats instead.
Peter Graves?
Why is there randomly bison or buffalo in that field? What the hell?
That's a
What
good
has that got to do
question.
with this
Okay,
story?
I can hear-
Like,
I can hear the
okay,
cinematographer now. Yeah, can we bring in a few more buffalo?
can we have
Yeah.
more buffalo? Come
San
on.
Francisco's
Buffalo. We
known
don't
for
have
its
enough-
buffalo.
We don't
Gotta
have a
have
buffalo in the
Okay,
shot.
cut to the Golden Gate. Cut to the Golden Gate. Buffalo Golden Gate.
Can we get some buffalo on the Golden Gate?
Can we make a bridge out of buffaloes?
Can you fill a Presidio with buffalo?
Let's launch a buffalo over Alcatraz with a catapult.
That's the enforcer when they go to Alcatraz.
Right, talking about madness here, outrageousness. Milius said in his version it was just more outrageous crap, where the killer was in a bus with a flamethrower. He literally wrote the killer flamethrower.
Yeah, it's such a practical weapon.
Oh, yeah.
There were times when Milius needed to lay off the drugs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he got reined in for a reason.
747, and
Beetle.
like, yeah, and then something. What was it? The children all end up like a graduation picture. The teacher saying, "What is that object under Andy Robinson?" And the cop says, "That's a Claymore mine." What's the Claymore mine? And we hear the voice of Harry say, "If he sets it off, they're all spaghetti." So. Milius, great screenwriter, but I'm thankful that he didn't have.
So he was basically writing a Lethal Weapon like 20 years before its time.
Yeah, exactly. It was like gonna go full tilt, literally full tilt with it.
Callahan was only 2 days away from retirement.
Come on, Scorpio, beat more kids.
His mental break is so good here too.
It is.
You see, nowadays
he just starts rambling incoherently.
Well, this wouldn't happen today because we have ways and means to help these people cope with these levels of breakdowns. It's called Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now it'd be about a guy just rage typing.
Yeah,
I'll show them all.
Playing the part of Dirty Harry Callahan will be Jack.
Exactly.
Wait till they see my angry YouTube about Star Wars. I'll show them all.
That bus driver's such a Mary Sue.
Yeah, they want us to think she just knows how to drive a bus. Whatever.
And I'll have you know, this inspired the movie Speed.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There's another one.
To be honest, I think this movie has inspired almost every action movie. Now,
fuck, that's a badass shot.
It definitely inspired Shaft, because Shaft were just adventure books. But then after this movie came out, they're like, let's make it more of a New York cop film.
This is Eastwood doing the stunt.
Watch. VW.
Yeah.
This is Eastwood jumping. Watch. It is actually.
And thank God he doesn't have bell bottoms.
Yeah.
Oh, he would have never made it to the bus.
And he's jumping on the bus with broken ribs.
He's Batman.
Ooh, through the roof. I think Cosmetti sums it up great with her comment.
Yep. All movie roads.
Hey, do we keep calling out Punch Bug if it's the same one?
Yeah, why not? I'll allow it.
I think it's the same one through the whole movie. They're all the same
I'm pretty
color.
sure. Just spray on a quick coat on it.
So,
drives like a city council bus in Australia. All over the road.
It's probably the inspiration for Mad Max as well. The Road Warrior. It's the school bus from Mad Max 2. This is literally the inspiration for all movies.
Yes, absolutely. Just get off to the school bus and walk away. Walk away.
Right, hobble.
So broken ribs into a pile of sand, chasing
grit in the eyes.
Oh man!
And
Star
running with
the dirt in your eyes is probably the
broken
worst part of it all.
Oh,
Star Wars.
Going up the stairs with broken ribs.
Stop running upstairs. God damn it.
It's just a 9mm. Come on.
Get a real caliber.
That just make me angry if you shoot me with it.
One shot, right? Okay, one shot from the. We're assuming he's not reloading. There's one shot.
Are you going to count the magic number of cylinders Harry has?
Hang on. Two shots from the 44.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, Terminator, inspired by that.
Yep.
Don't get on that.
3 shots.
Dirty. He's getting dirty.
Yeah, well, he is Dirty Harry.
So much coal.
Look at all the dirt.
Call me Dirty Harry because my suits are always covered in coal dust.
$29.95.
Literally, like Flash could
Never buy a
literally
white
do.
suit.
Flash could literally make money out of doing Clint Eastwood voiceovers. Like that's 5 shots.
Yeah, 5.
When Clint's really easy in allergy season.
So I think we've had 5 shots. So
Well, the villain reloads.
yeah,
yeah.
We're at 1 hour,
Which I thought was more odd that the shopkeeper was keeping an extra magazine in his store like that.
That's a great point.
So there you
think he would just have the gun and
5
that's it.
shots. Definitely 5 shots. This scene is sort of copied in Magnum Force, isn't it? Because it's a similar kind of building with similar kind of like scene. It is a bit ripped off in Magnum Force.
Which one do they go to Alcatraz? Is that
that's
Enforcer?
Enforcer.
Yeah.
Rocket launcher.
Yep.
Rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher.
Well, the Magnum Force was on the water as well. It was like down at the bay.
And this is a typical like spaghetti western moment, isn't it? Just clips him on the shoulder.
So that's 6.
Yep, that's 6. That's all done.
Yeah.
So he has to reload at this point. But he doesn't reload.
It's possibly reloaded in where you don't see it.
Yeah, you didn't see it, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of time he's not on camera, so he could reload.
Yeah.
Oh,
that little kid is great because that's like the most natural reaction. Just scream and run.
There you go. And this is where he recaps on his
You got penal
on his ultimatum. But this time there's no jokiness about it. He's like determined. He's now the nemesis.
Because you wonder if that was intentional, that it was like this big catchphrase that they did, because how could you know that when you're filming it?
Yeah, he's like avenging Angel now. It's like you're dead. Basically, I'm going to make sure you're dead.
Punk.
And he does that to egg him on, doesn't he?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And that last Joker giggle before he gets blown away.
That exit wound looks awesome.
Yeah.
And look at the way the acting is amazing.
Just the way he's just floating. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. And the angle that you're seeing him from there.
Yeah, the little known fact is I'm carrying a 7-shot 6-shooter.
I'm just gonna stand here till I know you're dead.
You forgot the one in the chamber.
Now, there you go. One in the chamber. Yeah, get one in the pipe.
The one in the boot.
So there you go. There's the last scene where and interesting how in California they're not called detectives; they're called police inspectors.
Inspectors.
Yeah. And pulls his 7-pointed star out there and
uses it as a throwing star.
Yeah, right into his forehead. And then he gets into the
on the other side of the lake.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's another one.
Then
the forehead.
Then after dispatching the killer, he gets into his Volkswagen Bug and drives away.
It's a pretty reckless thing to throw your badge away.
Imagine if there's like a small child on the other side of the lake as well.
Yeah. Well, it's deeply symbolic. It's symbolic of Harry walking away from the methods of the police force, which were ineffectual. And
this is the thing.
Crap! It just looked cool.
Yeah. But and that pan out there, this is probably all houses by now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Most important thing for
this is a Walmart Supercenter now.
Cool.
With a nice mountain.
That's probably the most accurate. Yeah.
Oh, liquor proprietor.
A great the ending track as well from Schifrin, the sort of leaving it on an sort of like it's not a happy ending, is it really?
No.
It's not a
So there
happy
you go.
movie.
His music is really good because he
It's
doesn't
amazing.
repeat
Great
himself in the
soundtrack,
soundtrack.
yeah.
No, yeah, it's incredible. Wow.
So I just realized he did Cool Hand Luke, and that's nothing like this movie.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go. Didn't know that.
Yeah,
And it's also a very unique soundtrack that doesn't sound like any other movie.
Mm-hmm. So, what do we think overall, then, gentlemen?
Love it.
Yeah, great movie. And it's just, you know, it's like we were talking about. It moves quickly. It's just, you know, it's just an action movie where if you need some testosterone to boost you through your day, just throw this one in.
Definitely. Any other thoughts?
Not really, punk.
It's a damn near perfect film.
Yeah, I mean, just a quick point about Andrew Robinson. He was cast at the demand of Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood had seen him in a production of Dostoevsky's The Idiot, and he said that he had the perfect unnerving characteristics to make the perfect like serial killer. And yeah, we know the line is, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" Most people say, but it's actually, "Do I feel lucky?"
Yeah.
But yeah, the Clint Eastwood got this because of the success of Play Misty for Me in '71. That released earlier in '71, and that's why he was then already being sort of given like directorial bits and pieces, because obviously he was in charge of direction in that film.
His career as a director has been magnificent too.
Yeah, he is someone that is able to act as well as direct, and does a very good job in both.
Indeed, and he's very successful and a huge fan of music as well. And
he's
jazz
a
music.
massive fan of jazz. Yeah.
And I mean, his film Bird is a brilliant movie.
Oh, he was a former pop star himself.
Yeah.
What did I'm trying to when he put the country album out? Did he put it under Rowdy, or was he actually Clint Eastwood?
Oh no, it was like TV's Rowdy Yates, Clint Eastwood.
Okay, that's why I'm remembering it. Okay.
I'm tempted to say there's a snake in my boots.
There's a snake in my boots.
There's another Dirty Harry inspired. Oh no, I guess not.
There's at least 2 or 3 Rawhide episodes where they have him sing, where it's clearly like we're selling an album here, folks. Pay attention.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure Gone with the Wind was inspired by Dirty Harry.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Even though it came out 50 years beforehand. Sure.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of It's a Wonderful Life in this movie.
Yeah.
Frankly, Scarlett, do you feel lucky?
In fact, even Charlie Chaplin was backwards inspired by this movie. You know,
well, somebody conceived Dirty Harry back in the 20s, and that's all.
Not even Chaplin. I mean, it's evident that the general was inspired by. I couldn't finish that. Sorry.
Oh my goodness me! Well, that's true.
Yeah, that was Buster Keaton's dying words. Was like,
that's it.
It's all because of Dirty Harry.
Dirty Harry.
Back in 1895, the Lumiere brothers were made aware that roughly 76 years later, a movie called Dirty Harry would be made, and that's what inspired them to invent the first ever moving pictures. So I just wanted to say that there.
Little known fact.
Look, it's all in Nostradamus's codex.
Yeah, but well, that's true. But another little known fact is, even though Lincoln was watching a play of Our American Cousin when he was assassinated, they had a screening of Dirty Harry before the play. So
yes,
and if he had watched that, he would have lived.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he would have known how to use a Magnum 44 even if it hadn't been invented yet.
Well, why didn't I watch the pre-game show?
Booth, you terrible actor. 4 score and 7 bullets ago.
Over my eyes, please.
You're no Scorpio, Booth.
Okay,
you're a lot of
Booth.
things, Booth, but you're no.
Okay, Booth. I think I'm lucky. No, I'm not.
Guess I'm the punk today.
But yeah, I mean, there's too much trivia to go through here, to be honest. I'm just going to quickly cover. By the way, I will say that Arnold Schwarzenegger has cited the character of Callahan as being one of his biggest influences on his career. He watched the movie.
Harry.
Oh, come on, punk.
With you, you bastard.
I'm just a normal Irish boy.
Scorpio, I'll be back.
You know, I always felt like his lack of accent in Hercules in New York was inspired by Dirty Harry.
Yeah. Shocking lack of accent. Also, before when you said 7.6 shooter, that's what he had in Cactus Jack. Arnold had a 7.6.
That's true. Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, this year, 71, you had this movie, and you also had Omega Man, and we were saying how Omega Man is like a prototype for the Terminator. A lot of basically, he's like the version. Obviously, it's not the original story, but it's a sort of reworking of it. But everything about
well, you don't want Harlan Ellison
Heston
claiming that he wrote fucking Mega Man as well.
No.
Except
Harlan Ellison wrote everything apparently.
Yeah, but yeah, suffice to say, the movie relaunched the popularization of the Smith & Wesson Model 29.44 Magnum, and huge boost in the sales because it sort of slumped by that stage, and everybody wanted the gun because they saw the movie, and then it sort of slumped away again because obviously it's got a huge recoil on it. And it'll stop anything at a short distance, but you have to be extremely good with a gun to be able to control it. Not that I would know, because in my country, I'm basically
not the kind of thing you carry in a purse.
No, it's not the kind of you basically get arrested if you have a potato peeler out in public in my country. So,
it's the only caliber I haven't actually shot was a 44 Magnum.
I was actually too intimidated by it. I really was.
The only caliber I've had in my hands. Sorry, go ahead.
Down.
Go ahead. Sorry, I said I fired a 50 cal Desert Eagle, but that was,
Ooh.
See, down in Texas, that's what they give children after they're born.
Yeah, that's the tradition. Yeah, the traditional birthing gift or kindergarten graduation. You get your first 44. The good thing about a 44 is as long as you make the first round count, you don't have to worry about this reacquiring. So
that's it. Yeah, the shock will be enough.
Yeah, because if you don't hit them, the sound will make them die of a heart attack. So,
oh man, down the range, you could hear them hit. Like if I was down one end, you could hear the people with the 44 down the other, and you could feel it resonate through you. It was. That's why I said I was intimidated by it.
True story. I do not own a 44. I have, like I said, I have shot them, but the last time I took my revolver to the range, which is a 357. When I fired the Magnum rounds, I actually had people poking their heads around the divider to see what cannon is he shooting down there. So,
very calm citizen. It's just Robo Ralph.
Mom says you only use a 9mm on squirrels.
All that'd be left is the tail.
Well, I used to bullseye womp rats.
Is that your T16?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow. I always wanted a T16.
Yeah, well, they're phased out now. You can't really.
I can only afford a T12. So.
By the way, this movie inspired The Streets of San Francisco that came.
I love that TV show as a kid.
So that's a no-brainer, really, isn't it? Because
it's called Alden.
Nose.
Basically, Dick Nose. Yeah, the old joke was it's not that his nose looks like a dick; it's that his dick looks like a nose. But yeah, it's so many different things it's inspired. But just looking at the legacy of the movie, obviously there's tons of development, tons of screenwriting involved with it, loads of people involved, loads of actors, basically every actor you can think was offered a part in the movie. But interestingly,
but the right person got it.
Absolutely. And it is regarded as one of the most important movies ever made in the 20th century. Dirty Harry is ranked 41 on 100 Years, 100 Thrills, which is America's most heart-pounding movies. Harry Callahan was selected the 17th greatest movie hero in 100 years. The movie's famous quote, you've got to ask yourself one core question, do I feel lucky? Was ranked 51 on 100 years of movie quotes. Dirty Harry was also on the ballot for several other 100 series lists. So it's basically on almost every 100 list you'll see it. Interestingly, there were real-life copycat crime killers. We said it was inspired by the Zodiac Killer, but it then went on to inspire real-life crimes. The Faraday school kidnapping in October 1972, soon after the release of the movie in Australia, two armed men, one of whom coincidentally had the last name Eastwood, kidnapped a teacher and 6 school children in Victoria. They demanded $1 million ransom. I don't know whether that's $1 million American or $1 million Australian. The state government agreed to pay. Oh, we better pay that, like, you know what I mean?
That's like
all the kiddos.
That's like $70 American.
All them kiddos. But the kids managed to escape, and the kidnappers were subsequently jailed. So there you go. They got caught. Frederick Newell Woods IV, don't know who he is, was inspired by the film to plan the 1976 Chowchilla kidnapping. 26 kids. The driver were kidnapped and buried in a van in a rock quarry in Livermore, California. The student's driver escaped, but the kidnappers could send their ransom demand. So they failed as well, thankfully. And there's another incident in Germany, which is a bit weird. I'm not going to go into that one, but it's just strange that it obviously inspired those things. So finally, Eastwood's portrayal of the sort of loose cannon cop inspired a whole genre of films. And as we said, it's inspired everything from the Lumiere brothers in the past to the three-dimensional holograph directors of the year 2937. And the film was released at a time when there were frequent reports of local and federal police committing offences, overstepping their mark. It was argued that America needed a hero and a winner that would, battle against crime. And so it came along at the right time, this movie. And there are other movies that were inspired by it specifically. And basically the line, do I feel lucky, is one of the most well-known phrases in movie history. So yeah, altogether there's too much trivia to go through, far too much, and some amazing strange stuff as well in there. And altogether though, an incredible movie, which was sort of reworked over and over again because don't forget Clint Eastwood was in the movie In the Line of Fire in 1993. Which is sort of a reworking of this movie, with Scorpio is sort of reworked in that movie.
They actually used a picture of him from this movie to show him as a younger man.
Exactly. So it's weird, isn't it? Because it just went back to this movie over and over again.
And Scorpio is being John Malkovich.
Yeah. The myth about John Wayne as well, by the way. He was never offered this movie because of his age. And he starred in his own movies, McHugh and Brannigan.
Could you hold on? Could you imagine that one? Well, let me ask you, punk. Did I fire 5 shots or 6?
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? I just couldn't imagine it now, really.
No.
By the way, this is Doris Day's favorite movie. Did you know
really?
the lovely Doris Day? Doris Day. She said that Clint Eastwood was one of her neighbors. When asked what her favorite Clint Eastwood movie was, she replied, "Dirty Harry." And there you go. You're keeping a light under a bushel there, Doris Day.
Yeah.
So
bet she's got a 44 under her bed.
Yeah, that's it. And so very interesting. And obviously this movie is so influential that it has also, as many other really influential movies, entered the National Film Registry of the USA by the Library of Congress for being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. It was a huge commercial success and set the style for a whole genre of movies to come after it. Obviously, all the sequels, Magnum Force in 73 and Force in 76, Sudden Impact in 83, and of course, Deadpool in 88. And massive, massive influence on cinema for years to come. And one final note about that, apart from everything we've already mentioned, I think for all of us, it's one of those movies which has constantly been referenced in many other movies throughout the last 50 years. So as we celebrate 50 years of the movie, I think the real mark of an amazing movie is something that has such an impact on culture that it's continually referenced in every other movie that's made.
Absolutely.
Even something like, what is it? Evan Almighty. Sorry, not Evan Almighty. That was the sequel, which wasn't very good.
Bruce Almighty. Yeah.
Even something like that. So yeah, I mean, where does it end? It's hugely, and it's beyond a doubt. We said about, because we've done Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on this channel before. This must be Eastwood's most famous character without a doubt. Much more so than the man with no name from the spaghetti westerns. Much more so than his character in Rawhide or anything else he's done since. And I think probably this is I would argue maybe it's going to be this and the spaghetti westerns, but ultimately I think this is a character you'll always be remembered for.
I think there's a wider appreciation for him than, say, the westerns too. There's probably a lot of people like me at the time who just didn't care for westerns, so they like gravitate to something that's a little bit more modern. And it's just, I don't know. As I said, I love the whole series. So yeah, that's
so
makes sense.
So I think Flash. Any last thoughts?
Nope.
And Jeff?
Man's got to know his limitations.
Yeah, I love that one.
And Tony, I think you were saying as well, you've obviously mentioned that, this is something which will be the most memorable character for Eastwood. Without
actually, I was going to share something too. Why this, more stuff that why he's Dirty Harry's an important character. I'm just going to put my cam on. I have Dirty Harry dolly.
Very nice.
He doesn't have his cardigan, but yeah.
We'll get Flash to knit one for him.
Nice.
There you go.
And I got the.
You
got the badge.
Star as well.
I got his badge as well.
Right,
so.
You're going to have to find a quarry somewhere with a lake.
Yeah.
Throw it in there.
7-point suppository.
Yeah. My
Stick it up your ass.
Yeah. I'm so disgusted.
Oh man, that's it. Pulp Fiction was inspired by this too.
What?
Yeah, not only the gimp shot, but also I kept that uncomfortable badge stowed away for 3 long years.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? When you think about it, you don't realize until you start to unpack it how many movies this has influenced. It is a huge movie.
Oh yeah.
And we could go on forever talking about it, but
it's funny too. Like even the movie The Rookie, which came out like in
that was a great movie.
That feels like it should have been another Dirty Harry film.
Well, he did a number of movies, and one of them was based out of Las Vegas, where he was I guess a cop who was kind of an alcoholic, and he had to transport. I think it was a hooker. to the courthouse. I can't remember what that movie. The Gauntlet.
Oh, the Gauntlet. Yeah.
The Gauntlet
with his wife.
Yeah, and Sudden Impact, or no, not Sudden Impact. Tightrope, I think.
Tightrope.
And they weren't Dirty Harry Callahan movies, but they were.
Like them.
Yeah, they did feel like it. It was like, oh, look, Dirty Harry. No, this is not.
Well, I will say for this movie, my big criticism is it needs more orangutan.
That's true. Not enough left turns around those wagons.
Those movies were such the best that Clint ever did, wasn't it? They weren't total crap whatsoever.
I think it needs more buffalo.
Yeah. By the way, maybe it needs more. Actually, I have to put this on. Hang on, I'll add it here. I think it needs more Kenneth Williams. Now, if you're not English or Australian, you probably don't know who Kenneth Williams was. Made from stop messing about. And if you don't know the Carry On movies from Britain, the Carry On double entendre comedy movies, apparently
Kenneth have the soundtrack.
Yeah, Kenneth Williams. You had to have Sid James laugh automatically after that.
Sid James is freaking great.
But Kenneth Williams was one of the biggest fans and wrote about it at great length in his diaries. So apparently, maybe he was just impressed by the size of Callahan's gun. That's probably what it was.
That's a big one.
It is. Oh my!
That's a big one.
So yeah, so many different things. I mean, it's ridiculous, this movie. So in regard to how much influence it's had, and we could talk all night about it, but we must draw the show to an end because I think Cosmetti's probably gone to sleep now, and we've even lost our spammer. They've gone to sleep as well.
Spammer said, "Yeah, we got one person watching. Yeah, moving on."
Yeah, close my other browser tab.
So gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you to everybody who turned up to the chat. And we also obviously appreciate everybody who will be watching this recorded as well. We hope you enjoy the show, and of course we'll be back next time. I don't know what with. I'm trying, and obviously this is to fit in with Christmas, and it's a busy period, so I don't know whether that's going to go ahead, but I was thinking about doing Chariots of Fire because that is 40 years old this December.
Christmas.
I'm just going to go.
Another movie inspired by Dirty Harry.
Chaps running on the beach to Vindel.
Yeah, it's one of the first singles I bought, actually. Vangelis, Chariots of Fire, etc.
Good.
And so I don't know whether I have time for that, but never mind. But as for tonight, it's been an absolute pleasure, gentlemen. It's been an amazing movie, one of the best ever made, I think, and such a treat to watch. And with that, I think it's time to wish everybody good night.
Good night.
I'm going to ask Flash to say good night in the voice of Clint Eastwood. With that, good night.
Good night, punk.